Well, hello again. Welcome back to Fishing for Memories. Back down on the Thames today. Decided to fish as the obviously the water level's a lot lower. I've decided to set up and give the weir pool on this stretch a go. It looks damn nice, really lovely. The colour's dropped out a bit. As I say, the water level's dropped down nicely, and there's some nice slack areas to give a go on the weir pool. So I've decided to get down and give that a go today. Been down for a couple of short sessions from 10 o'clock at night to 6 AM. Probably a bit of a fool's errand. I went with my heart rather than my head to fish an area that looked really carpy around the back of an island, and I still do think the carp do get along there, but as I say, I fished it a couple of times and I pre-baited it prior, and no, nothing there. So as I say, I've come out today, give the weir pool a go, give it a full overnight session, and see how it goes on. I've spotted some nice chub along here, so I've bought some finer hook links for those. Not too sure if I'm going to use the fine hook links. The last thing I want to do is put out a fine hook link and get smashed up by a barbel or a carp, so we will see. Anyway, just going to show you the spot. It's a lovely, really nice evening. You know, it was drizzling earlier, but it's really cleared up, bright blue, lovely summer kind of evening. Anyway, let's take a look at the swim. Well, there we are. Lovely looking weir pool, really is nice. Most of the gates have been closed on the weir pool. There's only two gates open, pumping through, as you can see, and they're pushing through on that far side. So you know, what I'm going to be aiming for is fishing, as you can see, just before the flow right out there. So there's a little slow area, there's hardly any flow at all, and I'm going to place one rod there, at least one rod. I am tempted to put two, but I am actually fancied putting the other rod downstream in one of the near margin swims. It's quite a deep stretch where the weir pool is. I'm just going to pan round so you can have a look. I'm actually thinking about putting one rod down this side, just on this inside line. Nice kind of slack area. It's not really a full-on slack. There's actually more flow there than there is where I just showed you out here. There's less flow out in that patch. Just here. A lot less flow there, but no, it's a lovely spot, really nice, and it's lovely and quiet. The old heron flew by just now. I could do with a bit of lady luck, a little bit of the fish gods to smile down on me. Would be nice. Would be lovely to pick up a barbel, or if I use my light hook links, it would be nice to pick up a decent chub. They've been out in this stretch to over £6, so that would be a lovely chub to have. As you can see, there's some nice features here. Lovely lot of weed mace just there, or reed mace even. Lovely looking area there. Just along from here, this area right over here, it comes out from being deep and goes up to like a hump with a nice gravel run there, which is actually quite shallow. If I walk down there now, I could show you, but I'm not going to. There is actually a lovely gravel run along there too, and I did spot earlier on in the season 2 or 3 nice looking chub just cruising about on those gravel shallows. Yes, it's a nice spot. Bait wise, I've got some essential baits, black snail with me, freezer baits mix that I really do rate, and I've got some sabre baits, tiger nut boilies, which I've had glugged for a while in tiger nut. So I'm going to put rod out on each bait and see how that goes. But I've also got maize with me, I've got luncheon meat and a few other baits as well, some nice boilie paste as well. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm going to get the rods out, as I only just got down now, and as I say, it's been on for 8:30 now. So I'm going to get set up. I'll keep you informed soon, and I'll catch you in a bit. Tight lines. You can just see what I'm doing there. It's the old good useful violin with the birdseed de haste red band in it. Make it up nice and thick. If you're using, preferably I prefer gripper weight myself. Using the gripper weight, you make this up quite dense. Makes a lovely method style mix. Good for getting to the spots accurately and putting some bait round the hook and some attractant. As I say, that's just the violin made up nice and dense. Anyway, let's get it cast out. Well, welcome back. It's just coming up to 9:30. It's quite a nice mild night, lovely sunny evening. It's fairly quiet on the fish front, but I did actually manage my first fish from this stretch of the Thames, and that was a bream of 5 pounds 7 ounce. Even in the actual flow and undercurrent of the weir pool, it did put up quite a nice fight. I didn't bother with a video of it because obviously my fishing tackle, as you can probably tell, is quite sturdy and it's set up for carp and barbel, which is my main target on the river. So given that, I just took some pictures of it on the landing mat and slipped it back. I'm going to be making this video into a two-part video to give you, the viewers, some more idea of the trials and tribulations. And on my next part of the video, I'm deciding right now where to fish, because I have to admit I'm doing a lot of head scratching trying to search these fish out and where they're holding up. I've got two places in mind. One's the slow area that I fished before, and I did a couple of very short overnight fishing trips from 10-11 o'clock at night till 6 in the morning, and that screams carp. Although I didn't see any evidence of fish being there, the area just looks really carpy. And on my couple of trips I had down, the only kind of bites I was getting were like roach bites, with the boilies being picked up and the rod tips being smacked around quite fast and viciously. But I do think that area does hold carp, and these fish are quite nomadic, so whether they're actually in the area at the time or not, or quite a few miles away, is another matter. And the other area will be in the spot further downstream, which I fished when the Thames was up, which was seen on my previous video. And there was carp crashing out on a bay on the other side where there's a nice set of lily pads, and there was a few fish sucking. Now that's probably got you wondering, well, why haven't you gone back to that swim? Well, at the time, I mean, I wanted to fish this area of the weir pool, and it was 2 up at the time, and now obviously the water levels are a lot better, and so I decided to give it a go here. But I do think I've got to be careful that I'm not going to disappear up the garden path, so to speak, and spread myself too thin across you know, a lot of area of water without actually you know, working it out and figuring it out properly. And I do feel if I'm not careful I'm going to overcomplicate the situation. So I have to say I'm doing a lot of head scratching right now. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. But anyway, that's a decision for me to make when I get home, of which area I'm going to fish on my next trip. And you'll see that in part 2 of the video. Anyway, I best get cleared up. Time's ticking away, and I'll catch you in part 2 of the video. Until then, cheerio. As I said in the last part of the video, I weren't too sure whether to go and fish that nice bend in the river where it's got some nice lily pads and there was carp moving about, and either that or go and fish the weir pool again. Actually, I scrapped both those ideas, and I've come further downstream onto quite a nice slow area of the river. It's got some nice marginal features both sides. Anyway, I'll pan the camera around so you can take a look and get some idea of the swim that I'm fishing today. Hoping that there might be some carp, barbel about. Still trying to feel my way, really, you know, and take it from there, so to speak. Anyway, take a look at the swim. Alright, this is the area I'm fishing. I'm going to be putting one rod out to that marginal area there. There's a nice gully which I felt about, runs along that area, nice tree line too. I'm going to fish one rod on the black snail boilies tight to that side, and the other rod I'm going to fish, as you can see, it comes in here. It's quite a nice little bay here, nice cabbage patch there, and a lovely overhanging bush here as well. And just off that area here is the near margin ledge where it just drops away. It's very shallow down this side here, and it drops off from here. And I'm going to place one rod near to that lovely looking feature. I really would expect to get a fish from that area. It's nice and slow there, and that bush goes some way out over the marginal gully. So I'm going to put one rod there, and that's going to be on the I'm going to actually put that on a 16mm halibut pellet, and I'm going to boost that with some Carp Company Anchovy Plus. Just glug that in that. That way it stops the ingress of the water. It's a lot thicker than a lot of the other oil dips that you can use, and just keeps the pellet on for longer. I'm just going to place that into that area, and the other rod out over to here, the far margins, and that'll be on a black snail boilie. As I say, really am spoilt for choice along this stretch, and I think that is actually proving to be half my problem, is being that sport with choice, that I'm dithering about and trying so many different spots. But you know, that is the enjoyment with a stretch of river such as this. There's so many various spots and features to try, and they all look so enticing. So I'm going to give this a go tonight and see how it goes. I've baited the area lightly here with some boilies and a bit of maize, and the same on the other side, but not so heavy on the other side. Old geese going by, giving a nice flyby. But anyway, as I say, I haven't baited this side quite as much, just lightly, and I'm going to fish a PVA tape stringer of black snail boilies over that side. And this side I've put maize, a little bit of Vitamin mixed with birdseed, and some boilies around. I'm going to fish a largish halibut pellet on that, glugged in the Carp Company Anchovy Plus. I really do fancy that. It looks a nice spot, really does. But then again, so much of this stretch of river and waterway on the Thames has got so many inviting spots. Anyway, so I'm going to give it a go overnight and see how it goes. As I say, it's been a glorious day. Hopefully there will be a fish or two about, but couldn't want for a better stretch of river and some lovely features. Just really would be nice to slot all the parts of the jigsaw puzzle together and slowly work this wonderful bit of water out. But you can see it's going to take a while, but that is part of the enjoyment. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and I'll catch you later on. Tight lines. Not quite what I was after, but lovely nick, Thames bream. This one's £6 4 ounces, a little bit lively as well. That was just taken on a glugged pellet, glugged in some Anchovy Plus, Carp Company Anchovy Plus. Really stormed off as well, but not what I was looking for. Not a barbel or carp, but there's a good head of these to actually go through on the Thames before you get into your barbel and carp. I mean, there is a massive populace of bream, but just thought I'd show you this one. Anyway, let's get this one slipped back, shall we? Hello again, welcome back. Just packed the gear up and put it back in the car, and apart from one more bream which slipped the hook, it was a very quiet night. I can tell that slotting the pieces of the picture together of this stretch of the Thames is certainly tricky, to say the least, but it's an interesting challenge and one that I'm looking forward to taking more bites into. Anyway, I've got to head off home and I'll catch you on my next video, and hopefully with some more fish. Anyway, till then, tight lines. Bye bye.